All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people, just like you right there, and just like me right here. Self-quarantined and still on the job. I will be, of course, continuing. So please support the channel and make sure you hit the bell for notifications. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. So Neal Schon, getting in the thick of it here. He says he's really sick of politicians not being able to agree on anything. Amen. Amen to Neal Schon here, ladies and gentlemen. I know, look, I've tried to keep my channel, at least this music channel, not political, because I think politics and music, sometimes you're looking at politics and every so often you look at the world and you say, I just need to get away. I need to get away from that. And the two sides are always fighting. And Neal Schon brings up a really important point here. In the midst of a global pandemic, I think we need our politicians to work together. You may be a Democrat, you may be a Republican, you may be an independent, or you might be a member of a smaller political party. Whatever your political preference, we have to all come together at this point and try to help the people who need it the most. Now, in the gig economy, as people like to call it, musicians are really holding the bag. Steve Perry and a number of other high-profile folks came together and said, hey, I'm thinking they said they were talking about not these big festivals, even though those words were in what they were proposing to Congress, which kind of alarmed me. I'd rather see the folks who are really hurting. I'm in Southwest Florida, and the tourism industry has completely just shut down. They don't even let people on beaches right now. You can't even go to the beach if you want to, because the beaches were so crowded and nobody was practicing social distancing. You think on a beach maybe that could get done, but it wasn't. Spring break was here, and lots of bad behavior. So anyway, Neal Schon tweeted out something that I think is really important here. I don't know about you all, but I'm really sick of both sides, Republicans and Democrats, not being able to agree on anything, especially while this coronavirus pandemic is out of control. Do the right thing for all, Congress. How many more must you all see die? Yeah, I think that's fairly straightforward into the point there. The $1.6 trillion emergency rescue package failed in the Senate on Sunday after Democrats denied Republicans the 60 votes needed to move forward. Critics, though, said the plan was too generous to big corporations and too stingy for working families. I'm going to agree. Look, if you recall, back in 2008, 2009, whenever that whole stimulus package thing went through, car companies and banks got bailed out. Car companies and banks. I think if we're going to bail people out, we need to bail just your regular blue-collar workers, all these restaurant workers, people who on April 1st don't know where their money, their next check is going to come from, and all the fear and all of the just the apprehension of people not knowing what their future is going to be like, and that's all coming due very soon. These two political parties who've become mostly useless, in my opinion, and if I'm going to go, if I'm going to go political, I'm going to go big, all right, and I'm just going to say it. Neither of these two parties are very useful, but I do agree with the criticism here. I think they need to fight for a quote-unquote stimulus that helps the working folks to get us through during this difficult period of time. So Neal Schon, right on the money here. I know he and John Kane don't always agree on politics, but I think those two gentlemen have put things aside in recent weeks based on the fact that their band was almost taken over in a coup attempt. And I'm not sure if those guys are going to drop their coup attempt or if this is going to go to court or any of that stuff is going to happen. If it does get that far, it'll be interesting to watch, especially in light of what's happening to the world right now. As I said in a video rant I did, I think these guys all need to be thankful that they should at least be multimillionaires. And if they spent that much money, then, well, you better get in line for the stimulus here. And you better hope that the stimulus helps you get through to your next gig, so to speak. But I'm always amazed that musicians tend to piss their money away so quickly, and they don't save it and they don't invest it. Although investments right now maybe not such a great idea, but at least saving it and having it in the bank and not buying that bigger house or that better car, yeah, living, within your means. That's something that even rock stars need to learn how to do. So there you go, folks. Political, yes. Important, very much so. Let's hope that vote in the Senate at 1 o'clock includes some money for you and I instead of just the big corporations, because right now it's you and I. We're the ones that are going to get hit the hardest by this. All right, folks. See you soon. Thanks for watching.